Stop. Ads. Addicted. What's going on, guy? Sam and Sarah Gaines. What's going on, man? Spread some light. What is that? What the heck? Oh, some weird ad thing. Bad reason. Twisted liquid. What's going on, guy? Is it still morning? Yeah, it is, huh? Hot Hoopy. What's going on, guy? You ever have one of those days that you just feel like being quiet? That's odd for me, isn't it? I kind of just feel like being quiet. It's nice and quiet at the house right now. Kurt, what's going on, guy? Asterian, what's going on, man? JNZ, what's going on? All right, where's the camera? Right there. So I should probably flip this. Get ready to get twisted. Slowly moving down. Like that. Here we go. Now hopefully I'll be out of the way. Integrity, what's going on, guy? What, these wheels? Yeah, these are those Pro lines. These are these right here. Pro line Hoosiers. I think that's what you're asking. God, stuff is in the way, man. These fasteners are not metric. We discovered that yesterday. But I am using a metric driver just to pull these out because I have misplaced my standard T-handles. Oh, look at that. What? See, I didn't even notice that. So this beadlock, it actually has a lip on it. That's pretty crazy, man. I think I need more coffee. I'm not shaking enough yet. Big head, what's going on, guy? How are you? It is still the morning. It's pretty crazy, man. Doesn't feel like it, man. I feel way too. Should do that. Then I can twist that. I think that looks better. Give me a little bit more room. Eric Dunlap. Dude, that's a pretty cool last name, by the way. You affiliated with Dunlap Tires? Probably like you never heard that before. These beadlocks, man, these things are awesome. They really are. I really like them. Very, very slick. Jay Hawk was the guy that initially gave Earl Moorhead the link, or told him to check. I think he actually just told him to check out this company. And obviously Earl Moorhead shared that with me. And it seemed like it was a no-brainer to get this style of wheel, because this style of wheel, for somebody that's like realistically into real automotive mechanics, this is the wheel that you want to get. Volks, what's going on, guy? Looks like the wide 5-bolt pattern. Yeah. Stoned, what's going on, guy? How are you? If I miss somebody, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's only because I'm trying to just pay attention to what I'm doing. Like I said, today's just a quiet day. It's raining out. My wife is watching her TV show or TV a little bit today, just chilling, relaxing. And I spent the morning with her, and now I'm just down here doing this so she can do whatever she wants now. Well, not that she couldn't do whatever she wanted anyway, but she... Yeah, you get it. I'm waiting for my thumbs downer. My thumbs downer show up yet? Can't tell. I have one thumbs downer that is literally a given every single video or anything that they catch. And like I said, I finally figured out who it was, and that's cool. Live your life, whatever makes you happy. But you keep hurting people, and it's gonna come back. Payback, man. Payback can be rough. Gotta be careful. This is only just YouTube anyway, so right now I'm just being a keyboard hero. Keyboard hero. It's such a funny explanation. So what's your profession? Keyboard hero. Man, that thing is sweet. What is that movie? Oh yeah. And I'm not locking these down because this driver is not the right driver. I'm just snugging them up. Once it gets to that torque thing there. I'll torque it down regular. But yeah, these things are nice. What you want to make sure, obviously, is because you're applying that pressure when you put this ring on, just want to make sure that you're applying even pressure down. That's why I do a star pattern and then I go around. I'm telling you, even with the way this is designed, the only thing that I was wondering was this edge here. Will this edge eventually have a tendency to cut the wheel? And I think that's dependent upon how deeply set it is into that groove. And there is a space. When you look at it, right? The space is like, once it's locked down, space is like fingernail. Well, my fingernail size. So, backside looks like it's about the same. So I guess you got to be careful with the amount of pressure that you put on this. So maybe locking it down fully isn't a good idea. Just kind of seat them in. And I know I said I was going to use oil, but I'm not. Just going to put them in. Again, like I said, these are not metric. So I'm just applying constant pressure on that beadlock ring. Just call it a ring. Applying constant pressure on that ring just to keep that tire kind of like settled in. Am I running Proline foams, or is that just air like power magnet? Oh no, just foams. It's just for the front. I am not a drag racer. I'm just an enthusiast that enjoys the this RC aspect of it. I don't see myself getting involved in actual RC drag stuff, but on rail scale, that's a different story. These really are nice though. Man, some good stuff. Wish I knew like what they're expecting for torque on this. Guess just like literally finger tight. You can see the edge clamping down. I really appreciate these wheels, man. These are really sharp. You need to take the drag rock to an event, right? Well, I don't know if there'll be any doors blown off, but I think it would be funny though. Won't my car not qualify anyway, or be anything that you can because my wheels aren't tucked? Somebody was saying put fender flares on it. I was like, yeah, actually, I'll get out a heat gun and push the body out. But somebody said fender flares, and that would be funny, man. Just somehow, I don't know, somehow mock up some kind of fender flare out of there, on there. Just use some, actually just take like a Coke can, take like a beer can or a Coke can or whatever, and just tap out some metal fender flares and rivet it. That'd be funny. RC Guy Garage hack race. Not drag race, hack race. The hack racer. So I'm just literally just putting these finger tight. This seems to work pretty mint. Going around, it's getting that little squeak. A couple of them aren't moving now. Putting just about the same torque, I think, on each one. It looks like the ring is buried on the rim all the way around. So on this backside, not so much. So I'm going to just torque that down. The wheel looks a little funky right there. As if it's not in the bead all the way. I don't know. City Plumbing, what's going on, guy? Yeah, but dude, I'm not. It would be funny if I was somebody that knew how to RC drag race. I'm just learning. But yeah, the drag rock, that would be a riot. The drag rock takes out like a $700 or $1,000 machine. That would be a riot. I am working on a proper drag race looking wheelie bar for it too. Not something store-bought. Well, yeah, actually store-bought, but not store-bought, if you know what I mean. I mean, I'm obviously getting the materials from the store, and it's nothing that anybody is making a wheelie. Well, it's not, how do I say it? It's not a wheelie bar. I'm just buying stock, and I'm going to make a wheelie bar for the drag rock. Using stuff and parts and things, and I think I'm there. It feels good. Just lightly torquing it all the way around. Seems fine. Did want to just get my wheel balancer. Throw it on the wheel balancer for a second. Something that it's funny when you look at something, the CNC milling of that center hole makes it look like the center hole is not round, but there's no way it can't be. So I think I had success going this way. This is the side that I would put the weights on anyway. Like I said, I'm just being quiet today. Today's a quiet day. Why did that thing go off? I'm just being quiet today. Now, see, the tire is doing its thing. The rim itself is fine. Tire's just off. That is what it is. Some tires going. It's bumped out right there. It's fine. Look at that. It's almost like it is doing an egg shape right there. And it's probably because of the foams. I tried to put, when I put the foams in, right? I try to massage the foam around so that hopefully it's not bunched up like just a touch more in one area. But it could be just literally just the foam just being RC foam, you know? I guess that's good enough. It does have a nice feel to it. But it is warped. So isn't it funny that the balance is exactly the opposite of their dot? So the heaviest side is the exact opposite of that dot, or just about. Be funny. Proline actually balances their tires. Not. It never would work because the foams, nothing would work out. But that does look slick though. That is nice. definitely appreciate these wheels. Now this one I am going to do the oil on the threads, just to see if I can feel a difference between just putting a dab of oil versus no dab. Now, obviously, it should make it smoother. The threads going in and out. And then somebody was talking about thread locking these, and this is only my personal opinion. I would not thread lock these. There should be no need to thread lock them for the way drag racing works anyway. You should be running, checking anyway, so at least like in the real world. So in my opinion, I would not thread lock these. But again, like I said, that's just my uneducated opinion. I cannot say that name. The X, whatever that last name is there with the purple. The X, I can't read that. X, Taz, Fa. Wait a minute. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't read that. It's too complicated for my brain. It's too complicated for me. Sorry. I can't read that. Yep, can't read it. Sorry. I don't know I don't know what that name says. Oh, call you Taz. Okay. All right, Taz. That's funny. I'm sitting here for like a half an hour trying to figure out what's this dude's name. Liquid, why are you retracting your messages, man? If it had a valve core, would you line it up with the... Yeah, right, exactly, dude. Twisted Liquid, you know it, man. Yes, sir. Line it up. Look at that. Somebody that knows automotive, man. That's funny. To get a proper balance, I'm going to go ahead and line up the dots. Dad-daughter RC. That is pretty cool, man. I like that. I like how you're doing that. Dad-daughter RC. That's pretty cool. All right. So what's going on here? Just got to make sure that it gets into that groove. And it's hanging up a little bit. There we go. So the backside, it looks like the backside of this can hang up. So you're really going to be careful getting that in there. And I think I'll do the backside first on this one. Not funny how this one, look how this one's not seating right. So that's almost saying like the foam isn't seated on the tire right. Or seated inside the tire the right way. See how just this one section is popped out? If I pop out this and feed that in, does it move? Nope, it stays. So it's almost as if the tire, the foam is misaligned in the tire, kind of pushing the tire off, is what it kind of is reminding me of. And there we go. And that did it. So literally pulling that up and over. So it was slightly misaligned inside. Not funny, man. Look at that. Pull up on the tire. It seats it right into the bead right in. Look at that. Discover something new every day. All right, so I said I was going to throw a little bit of oil on these threads. So what I'll do is I'm just going to put a drop of oil on the table. Not super glue. Drop of oil. Should use just a light oil. I'm just going to use a shock oil shouldn't make a difference. Well, actually, you know what? I do have this. I don't know if this has any fluid left in it. And that's a no. That's empty. Right? Well, it still has something in there. All right. I do have a pneumatic oil that I usually use. And once again, not knowing where that, I left it outside. Nice. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that oil. Gotta take my socks off. Like I said, just a quiet day. Owen Rogers, guy, for the special fund. Dude, you don't have to do that again, man, but thank you. Appreciate that. Well, you know you don't have to. I didn't have to say that. What a crappy day out. All right. Chad, what's going on, guy? You're thinking about barbecue. What's going on? Did I say hello to you? Think about getting an M2C chassis for your Mojave. Shop charge is $40 an hour. Any idea what the average time is to do that? Chad, what do you mean the shop? Like you're going to have somebody do it? Do it yourself, guy. If that's what you're talking about, just do it yourself. I think, man, it's very easy to swap over a chassis. I'm doing I'm converting my Outcast 8S into a, I guess you know what I'm guessing? I guess it's because you don't have the time. Owen, Chad, is it because you don't have the time? So that's that one. This one should be all set, ready to rip. Sell the X-Max for pots. That's horrible. There's two other people that have come across it. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say who they are. They can say it themselves, but there's two other people that I know that have bought into the X-Max hype, and they have a similar opinion that I have. And it's only because, I've touched on it before. The X-Max is a bobblehead truck. I'm not saying Traxxas is junk. I'm just saying the X-Max is a bobblehead truck. When you had an Outcast or similar type of vehicle, you realize that the Outcast is more performance-based. And trying to compare the Outcast to the X-Max just kind of can't really be done. It can. You can just literally compare anything to anything, which is why I compare my Big Rock to an X-Max, which is crazy. It actually made a couple people like genuinely mad. That's why I'm saying, man, just go easy. This is just a hobby, man. Chill out. X-Max is hit or miss, right? It might depend upon what plant it comes from. what assembly plant? Who knows, man. The weird thing is that some of the newer X Maxes are coming with shock cap issues, and obviously it's some kind of mold or plastic issue. Not mold like fungus, but it's obviously some kind of a plastic issue or whatever. And I think Earl said something along the lines is the tooling. Maybe he wasn't even talking about that. I could be wrong. So just want to make sure that looks like it's all set. It looks like it's pretty good. Settle that ring down. Again, like I said, this is not the right screwdriver or whatever for this. These fasteners, or these ones right here, are 1/16, where the center stars is 3/32. And I know I said 9/32 in the live. It's just because my head wasn't thinking. I do know what a 9/32 is. So I'm just settling these down because it's easier. I don't have my T Allens right now, so. So I'm just kind of pushing these down towards the ring, letting it kind of settle down to the rim, and then I'll torque them. But these things are mint. I gotta tell you, I'm very, very happy that somebody made this style of wheel. I wish I had known about it when I first got into this, because if I did, I would not have wasted any money. Would not have wasted any money on anything else. Product placement. And those are cool, man. Those are nice. Those are a show and go wheel, more show. In my mind, these are just all go. And yes, show. But for an individual like me, this is more of my style of wheel that I like. But those things are killer looking, though. The Ruthless by Reeds. Is it Reeds or Reefs? You know what's funny? I keep forgetting who that's from. It's either Reeds or Reefs. I forget. I think it's Reeds. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Reefs RC, Reeds, one of them. But those are the Ruthless. They are nice. But it's definitely not the wheel that I probably would have picked if I had seen these first. These would have been the ones that I got first. So it seems like it's all torqued down. Each one has that even pressure that I'm looking for. And like I said, it does look like that ring is settled onto the rim. Maybe it's good that I'm using this little L wrench, giving me an even torque all the way around. Green Frog. Reefs, right, thank you. Because one of them's the so Reed is motors, right, or something like that, and Reefs is servo. I think that's what it is. I don't buy any of that stuff. It's too expensive for my pocket. Too expensive. Trying to figure out. I want to do this a faster way. So I think, yeah, it didn't go fast. Maybe. You know what? It's not always the faster way that's the better way. Should just take my time and do it the right way so I don't mess stuff up. So I'll just put a couple of these in the way they're in place. See, I'm that kind of person that always wants to just do things the fast way. And when you deal with screws like this, man, there is no fast. But I will say these screws are a lot more manageable than those other tiny things. Those other things were flying all over the place, dropping them on the floor, losing them. These kind of too. Now, why do I have extra screws? Did he give extra screws? I think he might have given extra screws. That'd be cool if he did. Looks like it's good all the way around. All right, so I'm going to kind of be in the way here because I want to settle this ring down. There we go. It's funny, the more and more I look at these, these are slick. I just wish they were beadlock, but whatever. They still look mint. Especially at least if the I don't know. They are mint looking though. They do have a nice look. I should just keep my mouth shut. They do look pretty cool. Yes, they are pretty expensive though, especially seeing what these cost and the amazingness of how much lighter these rear wheels are. Huge difference. So looks like we're good. I said, it's just a quiet day over here. Nice and quiet. Can hear the raindrops. No thunder. Wouldn't mind a little thunder in the background. Yeah, I got oil on it. All right. Looks like it's settled all the way down. Not too tight, but tight enough. Yeah, I think I tightened this one up. So there we go. And there's the fronts. Let's see how this one looks balanced up. Or thrown on the balancer anyway. Yep. It's doing its little typical little egg funky shape. It's a little big right there, but it's settled into the bead. It's just literally the tire. It's the way it is. So with RC stuff, I guess you can't expect perfection. So, all right. So that's cool. Now, what I wanted to do, oh, should check. All the screws are in. So it looks like he gave you 2 extra screws here. So that's kind of cool. All right, so now I'm just going to go after the rears. I believe this is the star I took out. So I'm going to make sure it's tight. Yeah. I don't know if this is the star I took out, but these feel tight. Yep. Now, from watching Earl's video on these, there is a rubber O-ring in here, and I can't remember if he used it or not, and I don't even know why it's there. So I'm gonna fit my, I can't remember if he used it, so I'm gonna fit mine in, tire in, and let's see what happens. See whether if that O-ring is actually something that's needed. Maybe it's so you don't compress the ring too tight, or I don't know. No idea. I think the shock shafts were a little bit bigger, aren't they, on EXB? I see somebody saying Green Frog. I think they are. I thought it was like by 1 millimeter or something foolish like that. I could be wrong. I can't ask the all-knowing device over there. So why is that O-ring in there? Maybe it has something to do with the tire or something? I don't know. Yeah, the back has got that same design. Yeah, these things are pretty cool. So now the only thing that I wasn't sure that I wanted to do, I think I was going to just toss on so what this is, okay, so what I had done is these are raw speed tires. And what I had done was it has the Proline foams. The only reason why it has the Proline foams is for some odd reason, I saw that the raw speed foams, this is so weird, speed foams seem to fit better inside the Proline Hoosier. This is just my visual opinion. And the Prolines seem to fit better in the raw speed. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to see how this mounts up, see how it looks. And we'll see what it looks like once I get that ring on. But like I said, it's got this O-ring here, front to back, and I don't know why. There's got to be a reason for it. And like I said, I can't remember. On Earl's video, I thought he took it off. So we'll see what happens when I throw this on here. And again, I could probably go on the website and I could read, but I'm not a reader, so. Yeah, so I'm thinking that seems like that O-ring looks like it does kind of have a little bit of a purpose, maybe. So if I see this right, it would slip in between the O-ring, maybe like that. But boy, that's a pain. Yeah, that's Vector over there. See? Right, where is he? Right there. That one's sleeping. Vector original sleeping. The other one's just awake looking at me. I'm waiting for him to pop off. I haven't looked at him, so I don't think he's had that motivation to pop off. I almost feel like I'm tempted to do the hairspray thing to this. So it does seem like so with that O-ring out, let's see what that looks like with the O-ring out of there. Maybe the O-ring goes on after I roll this in. Yeah, there he goes. Look at, he's acting tired. can't talk to him anymore. It's funny. I really don't know what this is for. It seems like on the front, like it would take up some weird gap. Let's make sure those foams are kind of shifted to that back for a second. I wonder if I install that O-ring now. Can I install it now? See if there's like a gap. It's like a gap. So it is. There's kind of like a gap there. So I wonder if this O-ring takes up that slot. Man, I don't want to wreck it. Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know what that's there. Alright, let's see what happens. Seems fine, man. Just don't know. Green Frog, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Green Frog, you're a very on top of it kind of guy. I'm noticing. Let's say it's not saying other people aren't either. It's just you kind of notice things. I think Metz jumps in there and does that too. Rosemary German, it's been a while. How are you? Now, Rosemary German, these must bring you back to your days. Drag race. It's been a while. Haven't seen you around. How are you doing? Rosemary German here is one of our few female enthusiasts. Not only for this stuff, but also for drag racing. Like real drag racing. Real car stuff. Now, I don't see a need for that. I don't see a need for that O-ring. At least on the back. Very sharp. All right, wait a minute. So I'm going to say this right now. As I'm tightening this beadlock, this one, this rear, is clamping down with less pressure than the fronts. So it's as if it's not biting the rubber, the tire as much, possibly meaning that that O-ring really is something for at least this tire. It's not pulling out, but this this ring definitely clamped down way faster with less finger tension. So at least with the fronts, right? When I went around front to back with both fronts, it took several times to go around to get this to settle down into place. So I think that that is got to be the reason why this O-ring is there. This O-ring must provide a different type of compression on that tire. That's got to be why this is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this rim alone without putting, because did I leave the O-ring in there? So the O-ring is still in there on this front. So I do suspect that that O-ring really does have, obviously there's got to be a reason why. It does have a purpose. So, you know what? I think I'm already getting it right now. So the way this front ring, the way this front ring is coming down to the tire and actually coming down to the rim, it's giving me the same amount of pressure that these fronts were. Like right now, I can literally see it. So I think what I'm going to do, I know I said I was going to switch over to the other wheel, but I'm going to apply, I'm going to put the screws in right now while I've got this under pressure. And just see what happens. See if it sucks the tire down and in. I might have to use the hairspray trick. Because to use the hairspray trick would cause that rubber to slip down and into that wheel. So I might grab the hairspray. Yeah, I'm really thinking I might. So I'm just going to put a couple of these screws in just until they hit the ring. And I'll see how it goes around. And if it doesn't work, I'll use the hairspray. That's got to be why those O-rings are there. Those O-rings do look like they serve a purpose. I mean, there had to have been a reason why they were there. And I think at least for this particular tire, I think I just figured it out. So... oh, Derek, sorry about that, man. I did not even notice. Yes, the rears, and I believe the fronts are 60. Yeah. I think that O-ring needs to be there. I'm going to see what happens. So I can get this to bring... it is going down. Yep. All right. All right, I get it. The O-ring is supposed to be there. And again, I am using the wrong driver, but I'm not using it under torque. I'm literally just bringing the screws down. And once I need torque, I'll switch over to the appropriate size, which is a 1/16 Allen for the rings. 3/32 for the star. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Yep. Now see how I'm going around? Each time I go around in this little circle pattern, it's just bringing the screws down to contact that ring. It's taking no real finger pressure at all on the driver. It's just naturally going down and slipping into place. I'm using my other finger as a guide because I think I need more coffee. I'm not shaking enough. Yeah, that is it. All right. So now I'm going to switch over to the right one. And I'm just going to go in that same pattern. Twist each one with the same type of torque feel. Just go right around in a circle. Just going to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. This is a sharp looking set of tires and wheels. Should have just said wheels. Must have skipped that one. Yep, that O-ring has a purpose. So I definitely torqued down way too fast on that back. Yeah, and this is applying now that even screw tension all the way around. It's now just finally bottoming out now. Yep, look at that. It's right down. That's beautiful. All right, so that's coming off. Gotta be careful. Just sitting there. It must be now that there's a little bit more pressure on. Because I didn't really crank these down, but you can hear them breaking free. These are pretty slick. The way you got to look at it too, when you get wheels like this, you're kind of saving yourself money. In the end, you're saving yourself time, which is money. But in the end, you're saving yourself money too. Provided you don't crash and wipe them out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get that O-ring installed in there. So that O-ring just should have stayed. Yep. Now, it'll be funny trying to get this in, though. That O-ring sit there. How will this bite? See what I'm saying? The oddity is you have to roll this over. So maybe if I do it like that, let the ring maybe bite the tire. There is a groove for that lip of the tire to go into. I wonder if this is where the hairspray works. Because got to bite that outer groove. So the tire needs to be rolled in. So I wonder if that thought that I had about putting the O-ring in after I rolled in the tire, it might be that I have to put the O-ring in after, but might have to take that front side off. Maybe. Because this way seems kind of like a pain. You can hear me excessively breathing. There's nothing I can do about it. I gotta breathe. I'm like eating the phone camera right now. Trying to see what I'm doing. All right, so that's in that groove. Now, it's almost as if I need to take now the O-ring. Let's see, how does the O-ring go? The O-ring. The O-ring does go like that. I wonder if that's how it's supposed to go. You know that? I'm going to try it. Because then that would, theoretically, I think that would roll itself in. So I'm going to try it. You just place the ring over. And did that do anything? Nope. Alrighty. Jeremy, see you later, man. Thanks for stopping in. This O-ring has to go on here somehow. If I use that oil and oil it around, maybe it'll want to slip down and in. Because this way ain't working. That O-ring's gotta go on, man. Because that's not clamping down. This ring, I could literally just push it into place. And it's already down. Nothing like the front. I'm just going to try it and see what happens. It's probably the wrong way to do it. But it's like an oil filter gasket. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that might be on to something, man. Nope. You saw that. Nope. It's not working. push in now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think it's going in. I need something to push that down and in. I don't know if that's gonna work. It's fighting me. It's fighting me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Seemed like it was a good idea. Those holes are definitely lubricated now. Hairspray probably would have been better. Let's see. Can I get that in there? Nah, it's just slipping out, man. Dan the man, what's going on, guy? I keep thinking if I can get this O-ring, the O-ring has to go past the screw path. That's the issue that I think I'm having. So it's like maybe the O-ring should have just stayed in there and should have forced the tire into place, especially now that it's got oil on it. Dan, appreciate that, man. $36 people and only 29 thumbs ups. What's up? See, it definitely looks like there's space. So let's try this again. Let's take this out. Put the O-ring back in. Now will the tire go into place? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the tire's going into place now, I think. We're trying. Look at that. Right there, it's into place. In between the O-ring and the wheel. Yep, look at that. It is going in. I think the oil is definitely helping. Yep, it is. That's it. It's going in. So it looks like a little bit of oil is what it takes to get that in, because now it's feeding all the way in, all the way around. Beautiful. Look at that. Holy smokes. That's all it needed, with just a little bit of oil. Just to lubricate that, which is why the hairspray probably would have been better. Because now I can see it now. Now it's just going to rip out. There we go. That is it. Let's see if I can get this last little section in there. Because the O-ring is... Wow. Now see what's happening is the O-ring is stretched a little bit right here. See that? So that means I need my flat blade. If I can get my flat blade to push the O-ring this way, massage that tire into place. close. Almost there. I think I got it. That's it. Oh, it's really close, man. It's just fighting a little bit right there. Yeah, I would use the hairspray. Oh, I'd use hairspray to get that in. The oil worked, but I would use hairspray because hairspray will at least cure when you're done. So that's in. That's fully in now. So that's what it was. It needed some kind of a lubrication, I believe. Wait a minute. Nope. Wait a minute. I might have spoke too soon. I might have spoke too soon. I think I spoke too soon. It is pushed in, but it's not. Now it's not being able to grab the lip. So could that mean the O-ring goes on the inside of the tire? Yeah, the only thing though is right now, right? So what's happening now is the tire is pushed too far out. See what I'm saying? See how that edge is supposed to bite and pull it in. And I think I would have to, maybe if I rolled it on each screw, maybe if it rolls on each screw, I could try that. Get the screws kind of in place, and then as it snugs, roll it into the bead. See if that works. Because that O-ring is obviously there for a reason. It worked out perfect on the front. The front I feel is perfect. That went down exactly how I feel it should. This back is a fight though. So these screws already have an oil on them, I think. At least the holes do. So I'm just going to tack these into place. See what happens. Just bring it down just to where it just contacts the ring. And then maybe see if I can push that tire into place as I go around. See if that works. That'd be nice. But that's also where the hairspray would come in. If I hairspray this, I'm telling you, man, if you use the hairspray, it'll help it go in, but I actually have the wrong hairspray to use though for this. I think it would dry too quick. So if I can somehow roll, now see all it's doing. Yeah, see, I don't think it's moving. The other thing I can do, I could take a thing of tape. I think it's popping out. Crap, it's popping out here. Yep, it popped out. Dang. I think it popped out. I might have had these ones too tight. got an idea. Do the old tape trick. So that looks like it's pretty even all the way across. I think it's pulling out. Dang it. I think it is. I think it's pulling out of the spot. No. Yeah, it is. It's pulling out. All right. So I'm doing something wrong here. Trying to keep myself out of the way here. I'm having a hard time realizing my hand is covering what I'm trying to attempt here. This is not rocket science. That's why it's taken me so long. Not. See how it's coming up and out? Dang it. Came out of the O-ring. Dang it. Yep, it keeps popping out. Crap. Right there. There's got to be a reason why for that O-ring. The only other thing that I could think of, and that won't work though because this is the back side. What am I missing? I'm not missing all the chats. Not all of them. Just a couple of them. Let's see. This thing is aggravating. So, if that rolls in and goes flat to there, the problem is that I can't keep the tire in. The ring just won't bite it. It's almost as if you have to roll the tire in on itself, like using tape to go around to keep the bead rolled in. And that maybe is where I should just grab that stupid hairspray. put the O-ring on the tire. I tried that. What happens is when I put the O-ring on the tire, or at least I think I tried it. Maybe I didn't try it good enough. See, it's getting in between. See, right now, oops. Right now, it's to the point of where it's in between the O-ring. Pops out a little bit right here. So right now, it's in between. I tried taking the O-ring off and placing it over. The problem is that once you start to torque down the ring, at least this is what I thought I was seeing. Once I started torquing down the ring, it just was not, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't biting into place. It seems like this is the way it's supposed to be. You know what? I have an idea. If I take this and go like that, will that help? It's almost as if I need to go like this. So if I take a piece of tape and go all the way around that tire, I'm thinking that's kind of what maybe needs to happen now. So I'm just going to bite. Just bite like, what am I getting, like a half a turn on these? Okay, I think I'm like a half a turn or something like that. Now maybe if I take something and wrap that tar, see, I don't know, man. Here's my tape. Frog factor, what's going on, guy? So I just want to do is I just want to try. I want to try this. Just want to see if this works. Probably won't work. But I just want to see if I can apply some kind of, and I should probably use electrical tape instead, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work. It'd have to be electrical tape. That way I could get the compression. That was a thought, man. No good. No good. So what's happening now is the pressure of the O-ring is causing the tire to pop out, and then it's getting stuck on the back edge of the lip. So that don't work. I'm going to be here for hours. You guys sure you're ready to stay here for hours as I try and fumble through this? I'm going to be here for hours. When I popped the O-ring out, right? So this seems to be the way to go. when I took the O-ring out and I stuck the tire in like this, right, what seemed like what was happening this way, come on, just roll in. I know eventually I'll get it, but this is just what I would do normally if it was just me just trying to figure this out. I'd lose my mind. All right, come on. In the instructions, if there are any, it probably says use hairspray. Putting it on without the ring actually works, but it just tightened down way too fast. And I could see there would be the possibility of it popping out. Like right now, it's just popping out. See right now, it's literally just coming right out. So let's see. Now, if I overlay the O-ring on top of this, okay, this is what I'm saying. If I overlay the O-ring on top of this, okay, when I did it this way before, the O-ring is basically the size of that edge, minus like a touch. It's almost as if this needs to somehow be wedged in. You know what I'm saying? You have to leave the ring until it's tucked and pull the ring. But I can't remember when you do that. You have to leave the ring until it's tucked and pull the ring? What do you mean leave the ring and pull the ring? Use a ring compressor. Yeah, guy. Just use a ring compressor. And just pound it in. Just grab a mallet and pound that baby in. Yeah, I don't know, man. What's funny is that it actually locks on. Okay, so going just like this, it locks on without the O-ring. On the front, the O-ring worked exactly like perfect. The front, it worked mint. But on this backside, I cannot figure out for the life of me. It seems as though it does take up a gap because it almost seems like that gap's not there now. So here's what it looks like without the O-ring in place. It's got a pretty sizable channel, right? And when you look at the tire, that section, just flip it upside down, inside out, I mean. It's this piece right here that's going into that edge, and seemingly, you know, I wonder, here's a question. See how it's different? So here's DR10. Here's a DR10 inside out. See how the raw speed has like a double lip? Raw speed has like a double lip. I wonder if that means anything. It just seemed to clamp down too fast without the O-ring. Because this one doesn't do that. And I believe there is like the slightest lip right? Is there a slight lip or is that straight? No, it's straight. Without the O-ring, it's definitely not biting as much. Because right now it's pretty flat. And I mean, it does bite down into it and push down. Maybe it's enough. Maybe I'm just complaining about something I shouldn't even be complaining about. It just seemed like it just clamped down way too fast. This O-ring just seems like it just doesn't do anything here. It would have to go in between the wheel and the thing there. It's almost as if you install the O-ring on the tire, install it in that little lip. Could you imagine if that's what it was? But there's no way. You could never do that. How are you working from inside the tire? That ain't it. Yeah, I don't know, guy. This ain't no tutorial, that's for sure. There's nothing on my channel that's a tutorial. All of it's literally just being happy. All right, I'm just going to throw this on again just to see. Just to see what happens. You don't learn anything here. It's nothing to learn. This is all just a show. This is all just a show. Comedy. Comedy, there you go. It's Comedy Central over here. It's like some of the people that show up. Comedy Central. So I think I'll install it without the stupid O-ring on this backside at least. I don't know. Doesn't seem to need it. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem to need it on this backside. Because now there's no fight and it's just going on. I could just see the tire flying off though on the back side, just tearing out. It's not like I'm going 100, but just something seems wrong about it. It's going to tighten down way too fast. At least it feels like it does. Reconnecting. The battery died in my phone, so my phone shut off. So it probably isn't going to work because apparently the thing can't keep up. So the charger that I have connected, I don't believe can keep up for some reason, even though it's a fast charger. So I did that 2%. It was 1% when I first plugged it in. All right, so I did see that. Yes. So when Earl did his, he took off his O-rings, but there had to be a reason why the O-rings are there, right? At least for the front of mine, I was able to keep an O-ring on. And we're still at 2%. I was able to keep an O-ring on. So this live might dump out again. The back, it just seems like no matter what I try, I cannot get the O-ring to fit either way. Leaving it on pulling it off, trying to put it on with the, I mean, sandwiched it. I did everything. If you sandwich it in between, it pushes the rubber out too far. Pushes the rubber out too far to where you can't even get this outer portion to bite. And I think that's what the problem is. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I think I might shoot this guy an email and just yeah, actually I can't do it now, can I? Because I'm on this live. Can I do it through this? I can do it through this. I don't know if this guy will answer, but I'm going to try and shoot him a message right now, see what happens. Either way, these things are still meant. It's just there's got to be a reason for this O-ring. Maybe it's for a different kind of tire or something. I just don't know. But the front O-ring is in place on this one. Just I cannot figure out this back O-ring. So I'm going to just jump on real quick. Let's see. How can I get on there? Go to here. Type in. Nope, that's not it. I think this is it. Yeah, okay. What the heck? What? Come on. Facebook, you don't even work? Okay. Choose an option or type your own business. So he does have a thing here. Martin Brothers on Facebook. So I'm just going to type a message right now just to see what happens. And just out of curiosity, does anybody know how to get rid of that thing? What is this tiny little keyboard? I can't type on that. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. That's all I had to do. Never mind. I don't even know how that got to like a tiny keyboard. All right. I'm installing tires onto a set of your beadlocks right now on the rear. I was able to use the O-ring on the front, but I cannot for the life of me figure out the backside O-ring. I'm just curious now, see if this guy will answer. I mean, he's in California. People have a busy life. It's not like people are, hanging on their phones, but at least there's a message out there. I think it said it right. I am installing tires onto a set of your bead locks right now on the rear. I was able to use the O-ring on the front, but cannot for the life of me figure out the backside O-ring. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I did say that right? Yeah. Tell you, these raw speeds are pretty sticky. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe he'll answer at some point. Maybe he won't. I have no idea, but at least the message is out there, and I'd kind of like to know how the heck. I mean, what if I'm gonna just dry fit this right now with no foam in there. I just want to see. So what you have to do is you have to install it with no foam, and then it works. Yeah. Now see, that's in there kind of loose. I'm live. on YouTube. All right. It's crazy. The front was mint. The front was like perfect. The rear, I just can't figure it out. Watch it be something easy. Guy, you're just supposed to throw away the O-ring. Oh, okay. On the front, it works mint. On the back, it's giving me heart failure here. Let's see. And just like I said, I'm just doing this without the foam just for now. Just to see if somehow I missed something. All right. Fronts went on absolutely perfect. That front is literally, that went on mint. Just like that. That went on. So the front is doing the same exact thing as it did on the other one. So there's no difference there. And when I threw this ring on, it literally was perfect. So I'm going to just toss in a couple screws just to keep the tire from flopping around on me. Amazing, the charger's keeping up now. That's weird. So I'll just install 4 screws in the front just to kind of just hold that in place. I can't see comments, by the way, if somebody's commenting. All right, so that's kind of in place. It just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. It's not the same as the front. The front is so different. Even the way it's sitting right now, it's just that much different. As soon as that O-ring goes into place, it just doesn't go in. And if I install the O-ring like this, that doesn't work either. Or does it? Yeah, it doesn't. There's no way. All right, I'm going to try something. I'm going to just do that thing where I went around. I'm going to get 1 screw into place. Get them all in. Watch it work now. Watch it work now. That would be terrible. I mean, that would be great. So like I said, I'm not expecting this guy to be like living on his phone. But all right. If I start to tighten this one down, is it compressing that O-ring into place? Kind of almost looks like it is. So what I'm worried about is that at some point, it's just going to come up against the threads of the screws. So it's not going to, so I'm saying it's almost like I have to apply a certain type of pressure going this way to get that O-ring to seat into that channel. Hey, hon. Yeah.
Well, I was getting hungry. I didn't know if you wanted to go get those burgers.
Oh, for lunch?
Well,
I thought initially you were thinking dinner.
yeah, I was, but it's kind of past that now. It's now almost going to be 2 o'clock.
I think it's too early, don't you?
I don't know. I'm asking you. No, it's fine. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you want to go now, I'll go now. I'm leaving it.
Go later.
All right.
If you don't want to go now, it's fine.
No, I think it's a little too early. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so I think what's happening, can't tell. So I'm going to do is, this is obviously going to take 100 years, but I'm slowly just trying to compress that. Yeah, see right there, it's getting stuck. So right there, it's getting stuck. It'd be nice if the O-ring just pushes out, but I think it's right down to now compressing the O-ring. I think the beadlock now, or the ring, is clamping on the O-ring now. And it's getting stuck on the edge. Because like I said, I'm also not using the right tool here. Yeah, look at, see. I wonder if I used hairspray now, if it would help slip that O-ring out. There's a certain section, feels like the O-ring's going down, but then when you come to the opposite side, starting right there, it seems like it's not compressing. Yeah, because I can't turn. That one's tight. That's tight. That's a little bit. That's a squeak. That one's moving. That one moved. That one's tight. That one's super tight. That one's not moving. That one's not moving. Tight. Loose. Tight. Loose. Loose. See, I wish I could see what it was doing. It's definitely holding air. You can see where I've been squeezing it. So you can see as the ring goes around, you can see the ring's doing a slight little wobble. I wonder if using hairspray would work. Because then technically that O-ring would be installed that way. All right, so this guy's not going to answer. Obviously, like I said, I didn't expect him to, but there was that curiosity just to see. You never know. Maybe could have got a quick answer. I don't know. Let's see, where am I? Here. My channel. Bam. Well, yeah. The thing is that the DR, okay, so this one has a smaller lip than the DR10 tire. The DR10 tire has a much fatter lip to slip down, so it almost seems as though this tire would just naturally fit better, I think, from what I'm seeing. I think, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm to the point to where I'm going to take the actual wrench and I'm going to see if I can just go around and just see if that O-ring will slip down and in. Like I said, the better thing might be to use hairspray on this. Just spray some hairspray right into that track. And that way it'll have motion. And once it's settled down, it'll cure. See, it gets to this half of the rim and these screws are moving down. So maybe that's it. Maybe the O-ring goes on the top on this and it doesn't go on the top on the other. See, that's tight. That one squeaked a little. You know what? It looks like it's coming down. You know that? Yeah. I think it's slipping down and in. Yep. I think it might be working. Okay. Maybe that's it, man. A couple of them are still a little tight. Like that one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. That one moved. That one moved. So I'm saying, like, you're going around. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. Looks like it might be squishing into place. Yeah, I think I'm to the point now where that does work. All right, so yeah. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. That might be it. It's getting close. Part of the ring, half of the ring definitely looks a lot better than the other side. There's a little bit more gap going along here. And then when you get to right here, you can see that gap is more minimized. You'd have to use like a feeler gauge to feel it. All right, I think I'm satisfied with that. All right, it looks like maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's literally just that O-ring, I guess, maybe on the outside. Oh, I wish I had my T-handle. Whoa, going down. All right. It seems like that worked out. Do Do I have any opinions on the Vortex? Yeah. If it's as tough as the Big Rock and you want a shorter truck with a slightly slightly less track width, grab it. If it's as durable as the Big Rock, man, it's got to be a win. So now what did it do? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that's how it goes. So now the question is, here's the other question. Now on this wheel, I had the O-ring on the inside and then I pushed down the tire. So does that mean that on this one, I should do the same thing, at least try that? I think I will. So if I pop this out of here, pull this little O-ring out, even though that worked mint. Where's my pick? Come on. So curious. Install the foam. Let's get this to go. Barry King. O-ring is for non-beaded tires. Charles, what's going on, guy? All right. Looks like it's in there pretty good. All right. So let's just pull this up and over. All right. So now, if I do this backside first. That's my driver. My daughter's sending me pictures. She went to go see a glass museum. So she's sending me pictures from the glass museum. All right, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if this will work. So, grab this, throw this on. It looks like it's even all the way around, I think. Looks even. Hang around while RC Guy Garage spends an hour circulating the ring. Oh my god. It looks like it's working though. Feels like it's working. I still feel like hairspray would help because it would allow things to slip into place. So that seems like that's working. It looks like it's evenly biting into that tire because there's obviously a ledge or an edge all the way around. And it looks like it's very even all the way around, maybe except for right there. Maybe all right. All right. I'm gonna switch over to this one now because this is the 1/16. Barry King, no O-ring. The only thing though, with this tire, right? When I did the no O-ring, it didn't seem to really bite onto the backside of that particular tire. With this one, it seems like it's biting. So I'm just going to try it. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Just buy another set of wheels. If I break something. God, you're breaking it. Stop. It's going down, so I'm not saying no to you, Barry King. I'm not saying no. I just want to try it. I don't know. I'm not a drag race, RC drag race person. But this seems to be working. As the threads strip out. Snap! And on the front, it worked mint with the O-ring in place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. See, I was curious about, am I deflecting the ring? Nope. Just wanted to make sure the ring wasn't getting deflected. It seems fine. Something a little bit funky right there. Okay. So that is not working. So I'm not going to do that. So what's happening is the O-ring is now causing uneven clamp pressure. So on every bolt, it's starting to hump up on the tire. And see, that's where I'm saying it's good to see why not use the O-ring. For the front, it seems perfect. For the back, on this, it's a no-go. At least that's what my eyes are seeing. So the O-ring on this backside, junk. O-ring on the front side seems fine. Although I didn't try it without an O-ring on the front, did I? Or did I? I can't remember. Suppose I could try it with this wheel. All right. So now I can also use a little light touch of oil too. All right. So like Barry King said, no O-ring on here. But I want to check the I want to check that front though. I should just do it this way. It's because I'm too lazy. I don't like to wait 100 years dipping every single screw. Good enough. All right. That way I lose the ring too. Look in the video for proper install. I didn't know there was a video. So on this wheel, I'm going to try the front with no O-ring, see what happens, even though it works on this wheel. Let's see if there's a difference. Let's check it out. So the O-ring on the back was a definite no. It's causing issues. So this will just clamp down apparently just faster on the rear. With no deflection of the rubber, which was pretty apparent that that's what was happening. Okay. Now on the front, let's see if an O-ring is needed. So I can immediately clamp it down. And let's see. Clamps down very quickly on here, which is probably better. But I want to look at the tire profile though, because I have one O-ring installed on that front one over there. No O-rings installed anywhere on this one. And I think it looks as though so let's see here. Crank. So, do I notice a difference? Yes, I do, actually. Okay. So what I am seeing, this one with 0 O-rings installed. An O-ring can be installed on the front. It fits perfect. No O-ring on the back. On this one, there is an O-ring present. But what I'm noticing that it's doing, I think, and that's a negative. So believe it or not, what it looks like, this one, with the O-ring installed, it might be sucking the tire down to the rim further. Like, wait a minute. Try moving it. It does look like there's a front profile difference between the two. So I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see when I see the rim. Yeah. So I think with that O-ring installed on that front, like Barry King said, no O-ring. Seems as though, and even though on this one, the O-ring is the tire and the O-ring are sharing the same area. It's not like it's not like on the back when I was trying to wedge the O-ring down over it. What it was doing was it was buckling the tire. So on each screw, obviously, it's a tighter section. And what it was doing was it was buckling. It was buckling the O-ring, which then translates to the tire. And I'll show you there's an O-ring on this one. And you'll see the tire is sharing the same space as the O-ring. So that kind of makes sense that what it's doing is it's sucking the tire in tighter, changing the front profile, which eventually, I mean, it would kind of react to this portion. Oh, yeah, react to that portion of the tire too. So let's get that O-ring out of there. Thank you, Barry King. Monster Jam, what's going on, guy? Manuals still look mint on this tail. You know it, guy. Well, there were no manuals that came with these tires. These wheels anyway, but you know what I mean. Yeah, manuals were all in mint condition. See the O-ring? So let's get that O-ring out of there. If I can. Come on, get out. All right, no O-rings for you. I will say, though, at the raw speed foams, swapping the raw speed out with the Pro lines, vice versa, it oddly seems to look good. Come on. So like I had said, with the Hoosiers that I've got, at least those, the raw speed foams, the raw speed foams seem to, what's going on right there? The tire's not in its track. Going too fast here. It's gonna want to be done. Just causing me to be slower. See, don't rush things, because you'll pay later by having to redo everything that you just did. There we go. It's a weird buckle right there. What's going on? Right there, there's something stuck inside it or something. It's weird. I don't know what's going on now. Something's up. That was some funkiness. Yeah, there was some weird funkiness happening. The tighter the lip of the tire, the bead might not have been rolling into the edge right. So now the question will be, do these look the same? All right. See if that looks the same. Kind of does. Yeah, looks the same. All right. No O-rings needed. It looks like you get 4 extra screws, or at least that's what I got. 4 extra screws with these Marton wheels, which was very much appreciated because with the these things, with the Ruthless, while these wheels are pretty mint, the only thing that I didn't like was how tiny, well, I can't show you on that one. This one. How tiny the screws are, and the fact that these are cap screws and not button head screws. The button head screws, I feel, are definitely a nice touch. They use a cap head screw on the inside. The wrench that you need, I mean, you can use a 1.5 just to buzz them in, but I would tighten them with a 1/16. 1/16 wrench will definitely bite onto these screw heads a lot better, as well as the 3/32 Allen will bite into these better than trying to force in a 2.5. I think I was trying to force a 2.5 in there, and I didn't really force it in. I just realized that the 2 didn't fit. 2.5 was just a hair tight, and then it ended up being a 3/32, which, yes, in the other live, oh, look, it said 5 screws. Ended up with 5 extra screws, unless I missed one. Not missing there. None missing there. Nothing. 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 So 5 extra screws. It may seem like such a minimal, small thing, but that means something. You know what I mean? Couple extra screws. You get 2 stickers, which was something that I kind of referenced with reefs there, or reeds, whatever. So these are BAAD racing wheels from Marton Brothers. These things are mint. No O-rings. Although the O-ring did fit on the front, for the life of me, I couldn't figure it out on the back. So now I should shoot this guy. Figured it out. Somebody told me no O-rings. Let's see. How do I go there? Nope. Yeah. Oops. There. Never mind. Figured it out. Somebody on the live said do not use the O-rings. Even though the O-rings seem to work on the front side, it seemed like what it did is it caused the tire to cup inward. So the O-rings are gone. Thank you. Nice wheels, by the way. All talk to text. So hopefully it came out. So even though he didn't, respond to me, like I said, no big deal. It's not like, I expected him to. Just figured I would shoot out that, quick little message. But I also wasn't going to leave, it hanging. I obviously figured it out. So thank you, Barry, for suggesting no O-rings. The only thing is the O-rings are installed on here. No, there weren't any O-rings. Never mind. Just the rears. Forget it. Oh, were there O-rings? I can't remember now. No, maybe there weren't. I don't know. That's just my life, scatterbrain. But this set of wheels is definitely slick looking. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to keep these raw speed tires on here for now. These are the yellow dot, which is a very, very sticky, soft compound. And I'm gonna throw these onto the DR10, Drag Rock, the Losi, and who knows, maybe even Drag Bug. I don't know. But there's a couple of other things. There's a couple of other things that I've been kind of scoping out. I am gonna make my own wheelie bar for the. Is that still going? Yeah. I'm going to make my own wheelie bar for the Drag Rock. It's going to be easy to do. The drag rock does lift its wheels. It's just I'm working on that right now. The drag rock is launching perfect, meaning I think from the footage that I got, was it just lifted the wheels just the slightest amount, which was what that's what I was looking for. I felt that was saying that had a good hookup. That particular day it was in the like low 60s, so pavement temperatures seem to be fairly good for this. And obviously the warmer that it gets, the more power that I can apply to the ground. The DR10, I have a whole bunch of spurs. So I bought a whole plethora of different spurs for that. That way I can mess around with that gearing, because right now it's what you call, hella slow. Out of the box, I think they go 26, something like that. On 2S, I am sticking to 2S. I think because last year when I was doing the drag racing stuff, learning, I'm not a drag racer. When I was learning it, I was speed hungry, meaning being too impatient, not maxing out potentially what it had or the ability that it has. And I slowly learned that there are some things that give it some patience. I am not a manual reader. I do like to try and figure things out. And maybe eventually I would figure that out. No O-rings. I kind of did, because I got one wheel to kind of go with no O-ring on the back, no O-ring on the back or O-ring on the front or whatever it is. And would it be faster if I sometimes looked into a manual? Yes. And like I've said before, when it comes to real stuff, like real tech specs that matter, real torque values that matter, and that's me stepping out of the hobby in the real world on stuff. This is the fake world. In the real world, a lot of that stuff is very crucial. But I try to be a self-learner, if that's the right word. I try to be a self-learner. Put the ring lights on me. I try to be a self-learner, and I want to say the almost the whole thing of my entire life, being a self-learner has worked for me. So that's why I'm where I am right now. Inside when it's raining, working on an RC. I'm having a blast. Hopefully you had a blast. This was a long drawn out live, just working on these Marton Brother wheels, trying to figure it out. It did take the hand of somebody else to say, hey, get those O-rings out of there. And oh man, for some reason I was thinking that it just needed that extra compression, but I was wrong. It didn't. If anything, try to squeeze that O-ring in, wasted so much time, but hopefully it gave you guys maybe a place to kind of hang out and chat with each other and laugh at me for a little bit as I struggle. So anyways, if I can at least provide just a little bit of laugh, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of content, maybe not so much knowledge, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to just literally enjoy the hobby just like you guys are. That was the not so funny bone. You ever hit that not so funny bone? It's not funny, is it? Like I said, I'm just here to enjoy the hobby just like most of you guys are too. Don't take things too seriously, because when you do, that's when things start going sideways and people get bent out of shape for absolutely no reason. This is just a hobby. Enjoy it, right? Just get out there and rip something, right? So I'm going to turn this phone around, switch it to here, and I'm out of here. My wife wants to, well, not right now. She wants to go to Red Robin, so we're going to go. We're going to go to Red Robin, get some burgers and fries and
She wants to do takeout though. She doesn't want to go in, which is fine. So we'll do some takeout, Red Robin burgers. Get yourself some Red Robin. So there's my ad for the, I'm not a paid sponsor for Red Robin, by the way, just in case. Look at that. You get the little ring lights on my eyeballs. Ah, there we go. All right. So if you haven't given this a thumbs up and you feel inclined to go ahead and do that, I'd appreciate it, because you know what it does on those other videos that, are actual videos and not lives. I'll get a couple ads, and you know what that means, right? Right here. And I want some of that. So thank you for that donation. By the way, it looks like I missed a couple of donators. So just so that you know, anybody that donates to the channel right now, unless you say it specifically is to go to something, it's going for a big rock for my son. My son's birthday is coming up, and it's not like I can't get it for him myself, but you'll see. You'll see why I'm doing it this way. I think it's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm out of here. Come on. There's 50. There's got to be like one person here. There's got to be one. Out of 36 people here, there's got to be one person that's searching for that smash the thumbs up button. And I wonder if my thumbs down person came. 37 people. Come on. There's got to be one person in here. There usually is. There's usually always one person. Smash that. Smash that. Just make sure. It's two of them. Two people. Oh, somebody took it away. Nice. Oh, somebody's playing games. Somebody's got jokes. Oh, 53. What the heck? What the heck, man? That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm telling you. I don't think you get it. So when I hang out and do this stuff, it is fun. Do I want to spend time with my wife? Yes, but it also, she gets to do, some things that she wants to do herself. And I get to do, like this, hang out with you guys. And genuinely, this is what you don't get. Genuinely doing this, and you guys even be involved, messing around with the thumbs ups and stuff like that, makes me happy. And what does happiness do for an individual? Makes you feel good, right? It heals your soul. It does whatever it does. In such a crappy world that we live in right now, man, you kidding me? What is going on with this world? There's got to be a little bit of something that brings a laugh, a smile, anything. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully this channel does it. So I'm out. Thank you guys. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks for coming.